artistic and creative excellence observed. Levantle gore. Kantle le go ya lolololo, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage, to the podium, the multi-award winning playwright and director, the artistic director of the South African State Theatre, a contributing author to an anthology, a borderline game changer. Ladies and gentlemen, ke ka boitumelo bo bo tswang mo botebeng ba pelo ya me gore ke le reke re Re Aubrey Sekhabi. Not only is he going to tell us all about why we are here, but he is going to tell us about the most anticipated SAST TV that we are also intrigued yet excited about. Kopelo moshapele matsogo.
Thank you, Program Director, members of the press, our Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Sibongiseni Mkhize, our Chief Financial Officer, Santafel June, senior managers, artists, welcome. It's a great pleasure and an honor to be standing here today and talking to you. We are all here today because South African State Theatre is about to change the game of theatre and entertainment in South Africa. Just a brief, we are realizing a dream that started some 31 years ago. And back then, when one spoke of theatre and television meeting, it was as if one was not okay in the head. One of the questions that people used to say is that, so if we put theater on television, who's going to go to the theater? Who's going to see it? Who's going to want to go to the theater if they can get it in the comfort of their homes? And my response then was that, in many instances, we put on work as creatives, as playwrights, as directors. The South African State Theatre spent a good amount of money for that 4 to 6 weeks rehearsals. We perform here at the South African State Theatre for 4 weeks. And most of the time, that might be the end of that play. Could have just done that one season at the State Theatre or in any other theatre in the country. So when it happened here, the people in KZN may not have a chance to see it. The people in Eastern Cape may not get a chance to see it, no matter how great the work has been. So by mixing theater or integrating theater and television, it means that everybody can have access. People, when we put up work here and you find it on the socials, you'll find messages from Eastern Cape, when is it coming here? From KZN, when is it coming here? It never gets to go there because touring work is really expensive. But we believe that when you put on that work, and they ask when is it coming here, if we can be able to take it there physically, people can be able to access it online. So we are happy to be here to say 31 years ago when we spoke about this, we've made presentations to different media houses, we've made presentations to different broadcasters, and they still could not see the light. Only in 2016, when we had a new CEO, Dr. Sibongiseni Mkhize, who comes across a document that has been presented to board after board, CEO after CEO, who never actually even looked at it, and he read the document as he was clearing the office, and he thinks, what is this? Sekhabi, what is this? Let's talk about this. So some 9 years ago, State Theatre came on board for this project, and thank to Dr. Sibongiseni Mkhize for seeing the vision and understanding that times are changing. And that's when we started engaging State Theatre fully, and there has been so much support from everyone in the organization to say we actually want this. And then boom, COVID strike, and the theaters are closed, and the artists are not working. And as a State Theatre, we think, hang on, we've been gathering this information, we've been gathering these projects, we've been gathering these productions, we can release them. So what we actually did during COVID was that we started releasing these theater movies on YouTube. And what we did was that the artists were remunerated when they were still at home. I always told them that they were paid for stand and cake. So they were always remunerated, even when they were not here. And that we saw as a major contribution towards the development of the arts in the country. And whilst we were at that, Esther Kinoko came on board and said, hang on, this thing has been going out on social medias. We think we want to partner with you, State Theatre, and put this theatre in cinemas. And indeed, we did that. So during COVID, when theatres were dark, we were able to take theatre in cinemas all over the country. We were booked in KZN, Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Gauteng, but we were able to say this is what we are doing, and people were experiencing our theatre virtually. So at that time, we felt like this is the time to be building on this. We said, as EXCO, and said we need to do more. So when we were planning for our IT specialists, we employed a young man called Masia Mola as our webmaster. In fact, for the past 4 years, Masia Mola has been developing this app. It's been going backwards, forth, and you always think, we're going to launch next year. Hang on, we still need to fix this. We're going to launch the next. So it's been a back and forth process where we're trying to get this thing right. We can give him a round of applause. That's the man, Masia Mola, our webmaster, the man who put this together. So we are here, and we've invited you as the members of the press to start saying, here is this wave coming. Here is the new wave coming. Here is a game changer. And one would ask, what is SAST TV? So SAST TV is a groundbreaking digital platform dedicated to the promotion and celebration of theater and entertainment in South Africa. But this platform is not only going to be seen in South Africa, it is global. You can access our work all over the world. We get hits sometimes from Los Angeles, from Brazil, from the UK, and people are interested in this. So we hope that by the time we go live, we will be able to reach the world. It's a first of its kind streaming platform that focuses on delivering high-quality theater productions to the audience anytime, anywhere, and on demand. You can carry it in your pocket. You can carry it in your pocket whilst you are in the taxi, or you can put on your headsets and you can be able to view award-winning productions there. You can be able to see it at home. You can be able to connect it to your screen and experience award-winning theater anywhere, anytime in the world. It is designed to bring the world of South African theater to the digital age by offering an extensive catalogue of live stage performances, documentaries, music shows, magazine programs, and eventually movies. As a state theater, we put on about 100 to 105 productions per annum. So you can just imagine how many artists get a chance to display their art here at the State Theatre. 100 to 105 productions per annum. That's what goes on in our 6 theatres that are here. So now, instead of that production ending up in the Opera Theatre or in the Arena or in the Drama Theatre, in the Sbuso Kwinana, in the Malombo Theatre, now it can be seen. In terms of those artists whose work could have just ended up here, now they can be seen worldwide. Those directors that have been making work, now they can be seen worldwide. They are not just limited to Tshwane. They are not just limited to Gauteng. They can be exposed. In terms of films, we will be adapting some of our theater work. So next year, we'll be going into production to start doing adaptation. One of the projects that we'll be adapting is film. We've engaged filmmakers. We've got Vusi Africa here today, whom we're saying we have to build this film stream this way, where we'll be able to license films. A lot of youngsters are making films, but then they never get a platform to present them. They never get a distribution. So all those films are there in their studies, they are there in their laptops, they're there in their computers, in their machines, in their edit suits. They are unable to go out there and be seen. We are saying this is the platform that will give you that. So through high definition streaming and a user-friendly interface, SAST TV will cater to both new and seasoned theater enthusiasts, making on-stage and off-stage performances accessible anytime, anywhere. So what are the platform features, one may ask? So it is high-definition interface layout, website, Android app, and iOS app. And users can log in, register. It supports Google and Facebook API integration. Video ratings, users can rate the content that we're dishing out. Live recordings, it requires HD webcam, a laptop, and OBS studio. So through SAST TV, we can be able to have an opening night in the Opera Theatre, and we can, at the same time, when you have 1,300 people in the Opera Theatre, we can be able to project it and stream it so that the whole world, the whole country can see it, the whole continent can see it, and the whole world can be able to access it. We have the watch list, so you have an option to save videos for later viewing. And there's video interaction, so it includes like and share buttons. It supports Facebook, X, Instagram, and a trailer download button. You have subscription options. So we have 2 plans available, monthly subscription and a pay-per-view. You have a favorite list. Users can compile a list of favorite videos. You have history. You can track previously watched content for easy reference. And our payment gateways is like PayFast for rent transactions and PayPal for dollar transactions. The landing page. So the landing banner have an auto-playing video in the background on successful page loading. The video include essential details such as video title, theater category, ratings, release years, duration, and a synopsis. Additionally, new release trailers are prominently displayed on the landing page. The sticky categorized menu is added on the landing page for easy navigation. So with the sticky categorized menu, you'll be able to know that this is a horror, this is a drama, this is a comedy, this is animation, etc., etc. The videos, so when you hover around, you can see our videos, you can see what is coming, you can see what you want to see. You can see that you have Silent Voice, you have Marikana, you have Askari, you have Angola, and a whole lot of those productions that will be coming on the platform. So when you go to this page, so you will find the theater and musicals. So you'll find one row that puts up about 10 to 12, and we'll be building on it. Remember that we do 100 to 105 productions a year. So which means every time, every day, every season, we keep on compiling content. We keep on making theater movies. We keep on covering it. So we're never gonna run out of content. What we have to be doing is getting better on how we're capturing it. You know, when we started, it's been a long road around, even in 1998, I remember I filmed Not With My Gun at the Market Theatre, courtesy of Mickey Dube, who used to be my senior at VETS, and he filmed it for us. You know, we're trying all this techniques and tricks to be able to get good sound, because the pictures, we've been able to master that. And you can see the development from what we filmed in 1998, from what was filmed in 2002, from what was filmed in 2008, until what we've been filming now. So we have been getting better with sound, we have been getting better with visuals, but we can only get better. The moment we engage young filmmakers who are hungry, who want to fulfill ambition, they can be able to say, we are taking it this direction, so we can be able to have our own signature. So you will have that theater category. You will have the music category. We've done something, a project that we started during COVID, called SAST Fringe, where we invited all musicians that came on our stages. We had live recordings. Some of the people that we recorded that included Zonke. We actually streamed that live, and you could see sales. You could see people buying tickets online to be able to access it online. The late Mama Sbongile, may her soul rest in peace, a good friend of mine. We did her concert here. Actually, it was one of the biggest concerts before she left this earth. We did it there, so we could be able to see. But with our music thing, you know, there are so many talented musicians in this country, so many talented musicians in this city that you may not even know, that you wonder why they are not mainstream, that might not even see the light of day on the mainstream stages. But now they've got a platform. The world is going to know about their music. The world is going to know about their talent. And that is the most important thing about this platform, that we're going to expose those that have been not been getting opportunities to put on their work. So they can sing, they can know that if all else fail, If one of these big producers and companies are not taking us on, we can do our work independently, because they do it nonetheless. They do it. But we know that we have a platform where it can be accessed worldwide. And then you're going to have another section of dance, where we launched some couple of years ago a dance program called Kucheza Africa Dance Festival. And through this festival, even currently, it is running. We used to do it on a 10 days, but now we said, no, let it run throughout the year. So which means we will be loading on our page new dance forms. And also we always like the new things, but we have this catalog. I think we have a catalog of theater more than anybody else in this continent. I think we've gathered that much catalog of young stars, of experienced artists, of legends that will be taking it out there. So we have dance. You'll be able to access dance here. We have visual arts. We've been making documentaries with visual artists that we've been putting on our foyers every month. Every month we've been putting visual artists. They've been doing exhibitions. We've been filming them on the launch of their exhibitions. So you get to understand what they mean, why they're doing the things that they're doing. So that content you'll be able to find on our platform. Even more, you'll be able to find more. When during Youth Month, when we have festivals like Youth Expressions, you'll be able to find works of young people. You'll be able to find works of the people that we are incubating. So this platform caters for all. And like I said, we will be beginning, I imagine around February, March, April, we will be also launching what we would have licensed to be coming in as movies that are coming on our platforms. So it is quite an opportunity, a big opportunity for our youngsters, because now, when we presented because we've been presenting this, I remember I made a presentation at the African Union in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, many years ago, around 2014, 2015, where one was speaking in the African Parliament to I think it was deputy ministers or director generals or chief directors, to say, if in the African continent we can begin to be filming our work, we can begin to share. Because at the time, we didn't even have this online facilities. It was a DVD. To say now a DVD can travel faster than a cast of Fela, which is 53 people. If we do that all over the continent, it means we can create jobs, but it means we can be able to share our content with everybody. But once the people see this work, and you can see the traction of this work, we can begin to say, come to the South African State Theatre, let's put up this work. The people like it, they have seen it on video, or now they would have seen it on online. But now what do they want? They want to experience it live, because there's nothing better than live theater. So we are in that space. So what are the video features? When a user hovers over a video on our platform, you'll see the following elements. The play button, and clicking this button will redirect users to the production page, where a sample video will play in the background. And on this page, users can read the synopsis, write reviews, rate the video, like the video, share the video, download the trailer, play the full video if they are subscribers. You have an add to my list. So this feature allows a user to create a playlist of videos to watch later after signing on. Users must be registered members to add the videos to their playlist. So the login and register. So the login and register, and later my CA will show you and demonstrate to you how we log in and how you can be able to play a trailer, and we'll be screening it there. So when you log in and you're logging in there, you can log in manually using forms or using their social profiles. So users can do that, you see. So this is the example of the login. You've done this, some of you, you enter your surname or your name, username, you put in the password, and then it will tell you, you choose a plan. So you go to choosing a plan. As I explained, we have two plans. We have the pay-per-view plan, which is 49 rands, $3 is a once-off. So you got to see what you've bought. If you say, I'm going to watch Askari, that's what you're going to be able to do. You can actually watch it 3 times, and I think you can be able to share it on 2 appliances. And the monthly plan, which is billed at 79 rands, which is about $5 per month. With that, you can be able to access everything that I've been talking about. Everything that I explained, that's what will be coming, you can be able to talk about. So the payment gateway, I've spoken a bit about that. The monthly subscription plan is fully integrated and will automatically charge customers 79 rands on a monthly basis using PayFast and for local payment gateway. So that is how the system operates. And I mean, Masia is going to show you a bit about how you get there. And I will also share with you what we are intending to do on the 30th. Because on the 30th of November, we will be going live with SAST TV. And I will take you on a journey, a brief one, on what is going to be happening on the day. For now, I'd like Masia to take us through the login process, which I'll speak to, and maybe play us one trailer. Well, while she's still searching for it and setting it up. So on the 30th, we are going to be doing a 1-hour presentation called Changing the Game. And with that presentation, we will be, we have a cast of 75. So there will be 75 people on stage. 12-piece band with horn section and all, a choir, and a lot of the artists that are going to be helping us tell the story. So through that presentation, we want to be telling you the story of South African theater. So we will be paying homage to South African theater and South African creators. So that's what the launch production is going to be. So we will be taking it from the 50s. And what we will be doing then is that we will be taking works. You know, it's like when you look at a production called Sophia Town, it was written in the 80s. Sarafina, it was written in the 80s, but it was dealing with 1976. Sophia Town that was written in the 80s was dealing with Sophia Town. So the structure of our work will be reflective like that. So when we look at South African theater, I think we're going to be starting there. We're going to be opening with Rosa Albert, just to recap. And then we'll go to King Kong, which was around 1959. But then we'll be looking at Sophia Town, which was written in 1986 to be. So when we're talking about that era of 1955 during the removals, we'll take that production of 1986 and put it in 1955 to advance the story. And that's when a lot of the people during the removals left the country. Miriam Makeba, Hugh Masekela, Jonas Gwangwa, and everyone. And then we'll give you a speech of Miriam Makeba at the UN when he was calling for the release of political prisoners and a change into the South African scenario. And then we go to District 6 because the demolition of District 6 was in 1966. So we follow that. And if you remember and you understand, between the period of 1966 and 1970, politically we were very quiet. The Rivonia trialists were in prison. Political organizations were banned. We were just quiet, and we will narrate that story using sign language and using dumb people so that they can be able to tell us that story in that silence. And we started raising our heads when productions, Tony Award-winning productions like Sizwe Banzi is Dead and The Island came through. And also those productions like Sizwe, they inspired a change in thinking in terms of creating work. Because we had Bragip, you know, with Zwi, with Lifa, and all those works. But after watching Sizwe, then he went into How Long, which was around 1975, 1976. And then we go into Mbongeni Ngema, my good friend, may his soul rest in peace, with Sarafina, which was talking about the story of 1976, but the work was created in the 1980s. And obviously, a lot of BCM was encouraging it because there was just Black consciousness movement was coming in, and writers were starting to raise their voices. The art was starting to say, this is our situation, it needs to change. And then you go into the 80s where Rosa Albert, Asina Mali, Bopa, You Strike a Woman, You Strike a Rock. All those works were created around that time. But also you remember that in the 80s, Askari was formed. All those people were turned into Askaris. 1976, a lot of the people left the country, you know, MK, Apla, Zanla, they left. So you're going to see the formation of Askari. You're going to see Askari as a stage production that we've once done, coming into the picture and talking about that. You're going to be seeing Angola coming into the picture and responding to those young people that left the country to go into exile. And we're going to carry on like that until you have Pale Natives, which was in the early 90s, just before the political prisoners were just after they were released, and there was just uncertainty in the white community as to what is going to happen if you have a black government. But through that, the story is weaved by using Who's Albert? And then you're going to get to a section where it's SAST TV, a whole lot of things that we've done from Marikana, from Freedom, Shaka, and mostly these are the award-winning plays, award nominees, lifted, and we tell that South African theater history and South African history using the plays to show that this is the contribution that art made to the development of this country. So that's what you should expect on the 30th when you come to watch, when you come for the launch of SAST TV. And for now, I'll hand over to Masie to tell us how we apply. Masie, can you, I've spoken about registering, so you register. After you register, I think we'll skip that, Masie, because I've spoken, oh, you can go to that. So you do that, you log in, you can log in, Masie. You know, okay, let's do that. Let's register an account. So you can see the things you're filling in there. And doesn't take time to register. So it requires all those things, your date of birth, everything. You've been there before. Passwords and all. Yeah, it gives you the plan, so you choose a plan. Let's choose the pay-per-view. So this you can choose because it's free, and right up until you want to choose something, and you got the privacy policy. You have to agree, accept. Then it sends you an invoice to say that's when have you already paid, Masi? Yeah, you just subscribed. Yeah. And then, yeah, then you've subscribed. Have you already paid? No, not yet. So he's paying for the movie. He's choosing, I want to see Silent Voice. He pays for it. So he pays $3. So don't worry, we always refund him each time he pays. So your payment was successful, and now you can get to choose. So no, let's go to the trailer, Masi. So you've bought Silent Voice, but you want to watch the trailer first. So you check the trailer, and then
here we go, gents. Here we go. Patience. Patience is virtue. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. The voices in my head are screaming go live. The voices in my head eating bikini. Let's get away. This is the only safe way, Chade. It is long and lonely. But the cowards, they're running away.
Let's just split the cash and go separate ways. By the time we get to the safe house, it will be fucking late. I've got a 6 o'clock appointment, man.
I hate him. He messed up big time.
Oh, if I had it my way, I'd kill him now. suppose there is a heist that is legally illegal, but naturally legal. It's not an illegal heist. Gents, if we kill this guy, then we are animals. Well, some animals are more superior than others. At this moment, we are the superior ones. Come on, let's go.
Thank you, Marcia. So that would be the sort of, this is stage, colleagues. This is what's happening on stage. And this is how we're getting better in terms of translating this into stage theater movies. And that's before we can adapt this into movies. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. And Marcia, please come on stage. And thank you so much for listening, for giving us this opportunity, for taking your time and joining us here today. And thank you to the team, everyone that has organized this, our technical team, PR, finance, everyone, FOH, maintenance, for really working hard to make sure that this event and this dream can be realized and that we can give a different option. We can actually compete with anyone in the world. More importantly, we can preserve our heritage. So from now on, all those plays that you can't find, you know how difficult it is to find a South African play now. You know, most of those that have been really published are those productions that were done in the 80s, the big ones, you know, with the big boys. But now, for research, you can be able to tap in here. You want to write about South African theater in the past 10 years, your PhD is right here with us. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this experience today. I'm going to take a seat, and we are ready to take questions or any points of clarifications and anything that you may want to ask. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reo Briskabi. The genius, right? So at this point, we are going to take questions. If you do have a question, please raise your hand, and then you will please stand up and then introduce yourself. Let us know which media platform you're coming from, and then go ahead and ask your question. And then the gentleman on the stage will answer. I can only answer about hair stuff and kind of stuff like that, and where to get good coffee. But about the app, we have the gentleman right here. Ladies and gentlemen, a dream that is over 30 years old. It's older than some of us in this room, because, you know, it's older. So do we have any questions yet? Salangana game it's in my busy. Let me tell you guys a little story. So this one time, Mr. S calls me. That's how we call him. We affectionately call him Mr. S, Mr. Obriskabi. So let's Mr. S. So he calls me. He's like, "What do you think the theater air moving?" And I said, "Like, what do you mean theater air cinema? Like, where in the world does that happen? What do you mean?" And I didn't. But I said, "Yeah, of course, you can do it." But in my head, I was like, I didn't see it. Then he knows this. It took me a minute. But I think it's not just me. I think everybody else was like, "What do you mean, stagey? How's that gonna work? How is that gonna?" And then he explained, "Well, it's just a pair of eyes, an extra pair of eyes, maraka extension ya lens." That's genius, right? So I became a believer eventually, and then I saw it and I went to the movies and I'm like, who else was there in the movies? Who else? South Africa, I know you were there. Sheldon, of course. Sheldon, of course you were part of the furniture, Evili. But wasn't that amazing? And now from there, nale app, guys, app. Like, app. You know, some people that we know, that we are familiar with. What a time to be alive, isn't it? Yes, Africa.
I think this is just for Marcia. Masia. Oh, thank you.
For Masia, okay.
Yes, sir, it's for South Africa here. I
Okay.
think this is just for Masia. Masia, can you just maybe take us through bandwidth and your rate of response in terms of speed, you know, so that we can also have an understanding of carriage, you know, and capacity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. The speed, it depends on what type of the network you are connected to. But then in terms of bandwidth, I think we are looking at about 10,000 megabytes of bandwidth that we can use per month. But we can also increase it to maybe 50,000 megabytes per second if we also you know, upgrade our internet connectivity to our internet line. So I think I've already answered you. Thank you.
I heard bandwidth and I was like, "Bendi Brazil." Yes, sir.
Sanibonani, Mthokozisi Mthethwa. My question is, piracy is still a concern in the digital space. What anti-piracy or security measures have been put to ensure that the creative work of the artist are safeguarded against piracy? And what will the app employ to make sure that the users still enjoy the shows, but then still comply with they comply with banaking konje
Ibitsa ka siZulu, re tlo go tlhalosa.
isiZulu ukuvikela that they still comply with the regulations of the copyright.
Any of the gentlemen, na ka piracy nka le bolelela fela gore le Kaizer Chiefs ya tsena.
Okay, to answer you on that one, I would say if you go on the app right now or on our streaming platform, you can actually manipulate the application. You can even right-click on it. So you can't do any sort of piracy or downloading of our movies. So that's strictly forbidden by the system. So that's how protected you are. And we've got a certain type of certificate that's encrypting your data so that no one will be able to see what you're doing so that they can pirate whatever that you want to watch. So that's how secure you are. So we've got an SSL security that's installed on our domain so that there is no type of a hack or piracy that will be committed. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, yes, sir.
My name is Brian Sokutu from the Citizen newspaper. My question is for Mr. Sahabi. I just want to find out in terms of financial projections, how much, do you have any idea as to how much revenue this is going to generate?
If we are to reach to 10 million viewers worldwide and they subscribe, it's 7.9 billion rands.
Guys, we are rich. I mean, we are rich in art as a country and as the institution. We are wealthy with art. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Busiso Keltwa. I've got a question from SM Music Online from Ms. Samaran. She says, apologies to the State Theatre, I couldn't be there. This is a good initiative from the State Theatre. The only thing, or this only helps to ensure that everyone gets a chance to see productions at the State Theatre. Will this not somehow reduce the numbers of people going to theatre, as this might lead to a situation where people don't stress about going to theatre as they know that the show will be available on the SAST TV?
Well, I think I covered that during my presentation, but we don't think so. It's what I've heard for the past 31 years. And people saying, I don't think it will, because what we will be playing in the theater at that time is not necessarily coming out on the platform next week or next month. It might be coming 6 months later. But we believe that once you see it online, you definitely want to be doing those selfies with those people once it comes on live. So we don't think it will hurt theater. But again, like I said, it's like that play can simply end at the State Theater, and we've seen, I think, more than 1,000 productions that ends at the State Theater or any other theater in the country, where they just play there for 6 weeks and that's it. And that 6 weeks, they do what? They do, if they are lucky, they do 4,000 people. You know, when we did Marikana here, we did 10,000 people, and the other, we did 3 seasons. Each time we're getting 10,000 people, 10,000 people, 10,000 people. But that's only here. But the people in Eastern Cape keep on asking, when are we seeing this? When can we get this? But to take the whole cast of Marikana to Eastern Cape will probably going to cost you 5 million rands and all that. But now they can access it. And when they love it, their governments and their business people out there should be able to say, we want this thing live. So we believe it will encourage life. I always say, we all experience Bobby Brown on videos and all that. He comes here, he sells out because we want to see him live. That's how we want to treat this whole exercise, that you see these people and suddenly you realize that they're amazing actors, they're amazing singers. When they come to your place, you want to experience them live. So no, it won't affect it. I think it's going to help it.
I think we absolutely have to agree with that. How many of us have downloaded songs on our phone, but we still go to concerts? Tandi Somazwai is coming. We are still going, but we have the songs on our phones. Like, and then I go to Mr. Essay, I akanya this thing out of Bobby Brown and Nike to Chris Brown. Do we have another question? Do you have another hand on the floor? For our webmaster and our artistic director. It's okay, I don't have to answer them here. So everybody's covered, I'm assuming. Ladies and gentlemen, Masiye, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Obris Kavi, ladies and gentlemen, SAST TV, the South African State Theatre, everybody involved, from the council to the CEO, to everybody, to the senior managers, to the technical team, everybody, the game is changing. Congratulations, Mr. S. Thank you so much for the work that you do. Thank you for creating extra work for artists. Thank you for giving us this platform. Thank you for thinking for 30 years. I don't know if we can do that, some of us. You are unmatched. You are changing the game. We love you. We celebrate you. We thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Mingle and nibble, network, and get work. Yes, network and get work.